Hello, this is Cindy Walter, the Healthy Knitter, and hopefully your knitting bestie. Just wanted to hop on here with episode number 40. How did this happen? I've already lost it on my notes here. And I want to talk to you a little bit about health and wellness for knitters. I care truly about the health and wellness of everyone. Obviously, as a health and wellness coach, that is what I do for a living. But certainly for the knitting community, I want to be able to offer tips and share ideas and different things that might be able to help our beautiful community. Because when we're hurting, it's hard to do the things we need to do to be productive. So a couple of the things I have mentioned before, but not in order like this. And one of them is posture and how important it is when you're knitting to be sitting upright. You know, we would tend to kind of slump over and knit like this, and that's terrible for our neck and shoulders. So I'm always, when I'm sitting in my chair and I'm knitting, I'm really trying to bring my shoulders up, back, and down and have a good posture. I've seen pillows that you could buy to also support you. And if you need to rest your arms on something, they're up higher, so it helps support your posture. So look into that. Like, look at your posture and see, and notice how you're feeling. And if anything's hurting, is there some way? Maybe you need to sit in a different chair. Maybe the chair you're doing most of your knitting is not conducive for comfort. This is my desk chair, and it's one of those ergonomic chairs, so it's actually pretty good, and it leans back and forward, and I can raise it up and down. So this chair is actually really good. I probably do most of my knitting in my desk chair, believe it or not. And then the chair that I use in my living room is a reclining chair. But I'm always sitting, like when I'm in this chair working on my projects, I'm not sitting back like that. I'm sitting up, and my back's not even against it. I'm sitting up straight. So just be aware of that. You know, I think I had some issues with neck pain. And once I was aware of it, it just made me think, okay, what can I do with my posture to fix that? Also, when I have any hand pain, I switch projects. So if I'm working on something that has a fine yarn and small needles and it's starting to hurt me, I'll switch to a different project with fat yarn and fatter needles. So that's one of the main reasons I like to have a few whips going at a time, because if something does start to aggravate my hands, then I can switch to another project so that I don't hurt myself. And then I did do a couple episodes with my daughter that does yoga, my two daughters that do yoga. So you can certainly go back and watch those, but some really good wrist and hand exercises to help you if your hands start to hurt. And sometimes I'll just take a break from what I'm doing and I'll just squeeze real tight and then flex them, open my hands real big, and I'll do circles with my wrists and things like that. Sometimes I'll just do stretches where I bring one hand up behind my neck and I'll pull on my elbow and really stretch. So I'll do things like that. I'll stretch my neck from one side to the other. But we did do a couple videos on that. If you want some more tips, you can check those out, and I'll try to look them up and then link them in this video for you. But some of the other things that you can do is watch your diet and make sure you have a diet that's anti-inflammatory. Sometimes our diet causes a lot of the pains and the aches that we're feeling, and it even gets into our joints. So you could be on joint support supplements. I have a supplement that I use. Actually, they're gummies, and they're delicious. They taste like candy, and I have one of those every single day to support my joints. But also watching your diet, like maybe you have a lot of gluten in your diet, and if you're struggling with a lot of aches and pains and maybe joint issues, take gluten out for a week and see if you notice a difference. Often my clients will say, wow, just doing that one thing of taking gluten out or lowering the amount of gluten that they're eating, they notice a really significant change in how they're feeling, much less inflammation. Another food people don't like to hear, but that causes a lot of inflammation in your body, is dairy. So maybe go a week going dairy-free and see if that might help you with inflammation in your body and aches and pains. So oftentimes you can really remedy some of the things that you're feeling through being mindful of what you're eating and ingesting, making sure you're getting your exercise, and also doing some exercises if something specific is hurting. Now the sun is just coming in here, just so on me. Wouldn't you know that? All right. And then make sure that you are staying hydrated. I talk about that all day long, but I've always got a glass going of something. That is water with a hydrate stick that my company has that has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's great for my skin too. But I've got something going all the time. When I'm in the car, I bring a drink with me. When I'm at my desk, there's a drink with me. If I'm in the living room or down even in my basement in my craft area where we have a sewing room, there's always a drink with me. I'm playing hide and seek with the sun in my office. Let's see if this works for a bit here. I will post in the comments below all of the ways that you can connect with me on all of my social media platforms, my electronic business card that shares a little more information about me, what I do, how I might be able to help you with your health if that's something you're looking for. Also, I want to go over a couple of my projects. And I want to give you some encouragement. I struggled for weeks with this pattern. The Bluebell sweater from Isager. I bought this yarn in Taiwan, 3 sweater quantities of it. It's 3 small skeins, so it's a small amount of yarn, but I bought it in 3 colors. So excited to make 1 for me and 2 for gifts. And I could not get the pattern straight. And I talked about this on my last podcast. I brought the pattern and the yarn to my knit shop, and I had people helping me with it, and they couldn't figure it out either. And so I just kind of put it on the back burner, and I completed my finished project, which I'm going to show you that now. My second holiday slipover by PetiteKnit, and this is in Blue Sky Fibers, Techno 1985 color Mellow, and it's adorable. So I went up 3 sizes in my knitting needles from the last one I made that I couldn't get over my head. And this came out beautiful, and it fits nice, and I absolutely love it. So I'm so glad that I did the swatching and figured out what to do to make that project work. So I finished that project, and Leslie, I hope you're watching me. And if you're watching this, I want you to send me an email. My email is listed in all the information in the notes, because my email to you bounced back. But I finished that project, and Leslie got on my knit along on Saturday, and she told me she was making this. She wanted to make this for her knitting retreat that she's going on the beginning of May. And she saw that I was having trouble with it, and she asked me about it. So I told her as soon as I finished my holiday slipover, I would try to figure this out. And I did. I was only 4 rows in. I got stuck on row 4, and I tore it out, and I thought, I'm just going to start all over again and see what I might have done wrong, because people complained about the pattern being a little difficult. So you can see what I'll do. This is the neck, and there'll be a crochet ribbing around the neck, but you can see the little raglan, yarn over raglan increases on all 4 corners. So I'm working down. So this is the neck down, and I figured it out. I see how I struggled. I see why I struggled. They have markers in here, and they call them marker 1 through marker 8. And that was where I got confused. And I think that's where everybody that struggles with this pattern gets confused on. So once I finally figured that out, when I put the markers in the second time, after I took the whole thing out and I put the markers in and I was following the instructions, I'm like, I think I've got this. I think I've got this. So it's having you make short rows by doing yarn overs, which I don't typically do, but I wanted to follow it, and I do like the look. It makes these pretty little detailed holes, and you can see in the pattern, you can see it's a pretty raglan increase, raglan pattern in the front, and then it has it in the back as well. So anyway, Leslie figured it out. Message me and I will help you. I'm so excited. And my daughter said the cutest thing today. She's like, well, that's all it took, is trying to figure it out for someone else helped me figure it out for me. So I thank you, Leslie, because really, if it wasn't for you getting on that call and asking, I might have just let that sit for a while. So I'm glad I got back to that, and it's going to work up really quick. And it is a beginner easy pattern. it just didn't make sense at first, but I think I've got it, and I think we're good. And then the only other thing I've been working on, I'm on my heel flap and gusset on my my socks. Lots of cords going all over the place, but I'm working on my heel flap and making progress with this. I was hoping to have these fixed, but I had too many other finished, but I had too many other things going on. So next time I come to you, I'll probably have that finished as well. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention to you is my Saturdays are completely booked in May. So for me to do another knit along, I had to choose a different day. So I'm going to try this, and hopefully it will work for a few of you. I'm going to do Sunday, May 4th from 4 to 6 Eastern in the afternoon. And I know that's going to be awful late for my UK friends. So I'm sorry I couldn't do it earlier that day because I go see my mom after church. I'm going to get back to Saturdays hopefully after May, but May every Saturday I have stuff. I've got daughters coming in to stay in for the weekend, and events and something every single Saturday. So this might be my only Sunday, but Sunday, May 4th, 4 to 6 will be the next Zoom knit along. So hopefully you can join us. The link will be in the show notes. If you have any questions, if there's anything I can do to help you be the healthiest knitter possible, you just say the word and I will be here to help you. Have a fabulous day, everyone. Bye-bye.